THX Certified earbuds? Let's check these out. Oh, Dave Taylor here, hang on. Okay, so I am listening to these. These are the 1More TWS ANC in-ear headphones. I call them earbuds, and they are THX certified and they're ridiculously good. So let me start out by giving you a nice close-up of them in the case, and then a close-up of just an individual earbud so you can get a sense of what I'm talking about here. Now, they have jammed a ridiculous amount of technology into these tiny little guys. So let's start with the music reproduction. 10mm dual drivers. They have 2 levels of ANC powered by dual mics on each earbud, or in-ear headphones, case may be, giving you over 35 decibels of noise reduction. In fact, it's a 2-level ANC, as I said. So basically you have them in, by default ANC is off, you double tap and then ANC turns on, and then you double tap again and it's even more active noise cancellation, and it's a little weird. I mean, I have an environment where I have fans on and I have background hums and noises, and it all goes away. So you can listen to music softly and still be incredibly acoustically isolated from your environment. This is obviously a huge boon if you're on a train or an airplane, or you're in a noisy environment, or you're at a coffee shop or at the office, or frankly, if you're working at home and you just don't want to hear the kids talking to their teachers with their online schooling. So all of that, terrific. So Bluetooth 5.0, and it's kind of a funky double touch control. So the outside of the earbud actually is a touch control. So you double tap on that to turn on ANC, but there's a little button on the top too, and that button gives you access to other functionality. Not sure I'm a big fan of that particular design, but it is certainly an interesting one. And as with the vast majority of these devices, I tend to do all the controls on my source device. And this source device, by the way, this is the iPhone 12 Pro. And you know what? It pairs beautifully. And one of the reasons that it pairs beautifully is because these earbuds support AAC and aptX. So whether you're using the latest Android device or you're using the latest iOS device, you're going to get a really great sound and a real expansive sound, which is great. Now, let's talk about the battery life and charging real quickly. So put the earbuds in, 15 minutes will give you 2 hours of playback, and 1 hour is enough for a full charge from 0 to full, and that gives you 5 to 6 hours. Now, case is a little bulky, the earbuds are a little bulky, but the case gives you an additional 22 hours of playback. So in total, you have over 24 hours of playback, even with ANC enabled. And as I've talked about before, ANC does drain your battery a little bit. So if you really want to have the maximum playback, then you need to turn off all of these fancy other features. But honestly, why would you do that? I mean, ANC is part of the amazing, fabulous reproductive capability of these. Now, they charge via USB-C in the back, and of course it's cable included, but they also have Qi wireless charging. So you just put them on a charging platform or something, and boom, they'll start charging. If you have a phone that has reverse Qi charging, and rumor has it that the 12 actually has that capability, it's just not turned on yet, which is kind of interesting. But if you have something like, say, the Samsung Galaxy Note 20, you can turn on reverse charging, and then you could do this, and you would charge your earbuds, or charge the case at least, and that's actually pretty slick. So what else can I tell you? They are IPX5, so they're sweat and water resistant, but you don't want to lose these in the pool and then forget about them overnight. It would not end well. But really, one of the most cool and important things about these is that they're THX certified. Now, there's Dolby and Dolby Atmos, and there's high res. There's all these different competing versions of like high fidelity reproduction. And THX has historically been theatrical. Now, it was actually invented way back in 1983 by a guy named Tomlinson Holman, who worked at Lucasfilm. And the backstory is fun because He created this. So THX is Tomlinson-Holman's experiment. That's literally what the acronym is. And he created it so that when the Star Wars Return of the Jedi was played in different movie theaters, it would sound the same across theaters. So that's what THX was for. And that, of course, has taken on a life of its own, and it is one of a number of really great audio reproduction systems you can get in a movie theater, when you can get into a movie theater. And so now THX has said, you know, we can take all that audio expertise and let's start actually getting that into other devices. So I recently reviewed a Gateway notebook, and that was THX certified. But these are, according to 1More, the first earbuds to be THX certified in the industry. And I can only say that they've done a marvelous job. Now, before I talk about the sound, let me just tell you that one thing, there's a couple of tiny little things I'm not a fan of. One of which is these are designed to have the little earpiece, and I don't like that. So luckily they have the option of you taking that off, and then I have sort of this stub here, but they're pretty big. They're big earbuds, and it's a big case. But the thing I don't like is I wish the case had multiple LEDs so that I could see how charged the case was. It has one, and there's some like cryptic code that you can figure out maybe. But since it doesn't communicate that with iOS devices, at least, there's no way for me to know, am I at 4% or am I at 92%? And a couple of more LEDs on the front would not have cost them very much, and it would be a much better feedback mechanism. Now, since we're talking about this, it does come with these ear loops in many sizes, and it comes with two different styles of ear tips too. So there's ones that have a red center, and there's ones that don't have a red center, and they're slightly different, I think, stiffness. But you have a lot of choices, and that's really important because you want to spend the time to experiment with different size earbud tips to get the best possible closure, particularly with ANC. That will make a significant difference. And this has some rockin' ANC on it. So I can tell you that if I'm standing right next to a floor fan or a device like a refrigerator or something, there's that low constant rumble and hum. Put these on, get them onto ANC, and it literally goes away. So much that you can look at it and you're surprised that it's still actually plugged in or turning or moving, because literally that sound has been erased from your hearing. It's kind of freaky, but it's wonderful because, as I said earlier, there's that great acoustic isolation. Now, also comes with this honestly kind of cheesy bag, whatever. I don't suspect anyone's going to use it because it's such a nice case design. And stickers, you want stickers? They got stickers, and a book that's surprisingly thick because it's in, I don't know, 10 languages or something like that. So lots of stuff. Their design, 1More, their packaging design is really good. And this one's a little bit less glamorous than most of theirs, but still, if you want to get up something that's going to be a lovely gift, this is definitely going to come across very well to the recipient. Okay, let's talk about sound. And there's really no way around it. These have marvelous sound. They sound really good. There's a bright warmth to the sound. The whole spectrum is reproduced very well, including bass. There's a great soundstage and presence, and it's a very intimate soundstage. So some of the devices I listen to, they actually have tuned the delays in the sound or in the audio reproduction, so it seems like you have sort of a large soundstage around you. This is a much more close-up soundstage. So I was listening to some Cal Jader, who's amazing anyway, but boy, Cal Jader through these 1More TWS ANC in-ear headphones, beautiful. I mean, like, close your eyes and just listen level beautiful. And his vibraphone, when they just let it just reverberate, fantastic. Just so good. I'm really a big fan of these. I mean, the case is a tiny bit clumsy. There's a couple of little engineering things I wish they would have done differently, but seriously, who the heck cares? I mean, you know, are they a little chunky looking in my ear? Well, here's a close-up. But all in all, it's about the sound reproduction, and these sound great. Highly, highly recommended. Which gives you the obvious question of, all right, dude, so how much? So before I tell you how much, let me ask if you can subscribe to my channel. It's that little red button on the lower right. Just click or tap on it and boom, you're subscribed. Thank you so much. Now, these, let me open it up and pull one out. These are the 1More TWS ANC in-ear headphones with Thx certification, and they are $179.99 at Amazon.com. However, when I just checked, there was a $20 off coupon making them $159.99. That's a pretty solid price. These are obviously a little more expensive than those $39 and $49 TWS out there, but they have absolutely nailed everything that you want in a pair of earbuds, from battery life to ANC to beautiful sound reproduction. Definitely a fan, definitely worth checking out. And with that, I am going to go back to that Cal Jader, which means I'll catch you in my next video.